Hello, myself Deepak, and in today's topic, we'll see one more way of adding informations in a Excel sheet using Excel VBA form. Now, under Developer tab, if this Developer tab is not activated, then how to activate? I have already explained in one of my link. That link is in description. Please have a look. In under Visual Basic, okay. Now, basically, what I have created in this user form, I have created some fields like this is a text box, this is an option button. Now if you want to change the name, you can give the names of this text box, combo box as per your requirement. Just click on that object, right click. If this property box is not coming, then right click. You have this properties, click on it. Here the property box, you can give the name as per your requirement. Okay, I will say give the names of each and every field as the kind of information they are storing. Fine. Now, how to show options in this combo box? I've already explained in one of my video. That link is in description. Also, how to show this list in a list box is already explained. That link also in description. Please have a look. Now, in previous video, we have seen one way of adding information, whatever is entered here in this Excel sheet. Okay, in this we'll see another way. I will say in coding there is not much difference, but I will prefer this coding. Okay, now basically in add button, what we have done under its click event, we said when this button is clicked, what should happen. Now, of course, we have kept the same thing that when we run, as soon as a person click on add, if there is a first record, then automatically one should be appear here, and when next record is adding, of course first record was already added, then it will be two and so on, so that employee code should be automatically increased by one every time. Okay, so that is taken care by the help of this. And then whatever I entered here, whatever the information you entered here, when you click on say save button, it will be saved in the next available blank row. That is taken care by this button. Fine. Now, of course, I don't want this thing again, that if a respondent click save record without clicking on add record, you will get this message. Fine. And as soon as I click on this, they will able to add a new record. Now first see what's the coding. Now under this button, under the click event, we have mentioned one thing again, save button active equal to true, so that if you see, let me open this save record, you can see that here I mentioned all the coding under this, that if save button activates true, then only perform these codes, otherwise just show a message box. Fine. Now add record. Of course, as soon as you click on add record, all the fields, if they are in the form, if you have on any information on those fields, should be cleared. So I'm clearing all those informations, and that's why I said you that define the field names as the kind of information they are storing, so that it is easier for you to remember. Fine. That's why I have given the text box name as emp code, so emp code dot value equal to blank. Similarly, option button name I have given full dot value equal to false, so it will be easier to remember. Now I have defined one variable cell name. Now if you see, I have defined few variables as global variables, so that whenever I require those variables, I can use those variable anywhere under, like in this button click or under this button click, wherever I want to use them. So what we have done, I have said that cell name is equal to sheet of employee details. Now If you've seen that under this sheet where I want to store all the informations, I have given the define the sheet name like this: employee details. Fine. So I said that for this sheet, range A, consider A column, okay, and row counts means now row counts do what? It will move to you the end of the rows like 1 0 this thing. Fine. Go to there and then end Excel up. Now, to be more clear, with the help of this code, what you're saying that under sheet employee details, considering row column A as in main, go to the end. So this is one of the same thing, like I click here, this cell, and press control plus down arrow key, you move to the last. Fine. And then dot end xlf, what I'm doing with the help of this, this is same one thing as like control plus upper key. Now move back to the last row till where you have the data. Now currently you have this data in the first row, that's why it moved back to row 1, that is A1. Here dot address, and then take out its address, that where it moves, it's moving A1 or A2 or A3, wherever. Fine. Now I'm checking if in cell name it is A1. Fine. Then the value to be shown under this field should be 1. Okay. Else, what I'm doing, I'm saying whatever the cell name was there, so range of that. So for example, if it is A1, it will be here A1. If it is A2, it will be here A2. Dot value, take out that value means, then if this is the last row, then take the value of from this cell, that whatever is here, take that value and add 1 to it, and then store that value back to this. Fine. So now let's see how add button works. Let me click on add. Now the first, for the first time, you have only data in row 1, which is this. As well, as soon as click on add record, it shows 1 here. Why? Because I said that if with the help of that coding, let me stop this and go back to this. Now with the help of this line, you get the address of the row where you have the last data, and for the first time it is A1, that's why you get this thing. Fine. So now I add the informations here, and now I click on save. The information saved. Now when I click on add record once again, so now it's become 2. Fine. And let me save this record also. Save. It is saved here. So the next time this returns A2. Why? Because if you see here, I shift like this and this, move to the end, and then shift above, it moves back to row 3, not row 1 or row 2. Move back to row 3 because 3 is the last row where it has the data. Okay, I hope this clears. Now, if you see uh, in my previous coding in add, we have written this code. This is the difference only. Like main difference is this: with the help of this code, you're getting last row. Now, how this works, you can see in my previous video. I have kept that link also in this. Okay. Now let's see what, or you have already added the information in the form, but currently you have not saved it in the Excel sheet. Now this is done with the help of this save record. Now again, in this save code and this save code, you have a very minor changes. Okay. Now what we have done in this save record button click, we say that this code should be run when you have save button active equal true. Of course, this is active equal true when you have clicked on the add button. Now what I have done again here, you have done the same thing, that you have created a one variable again for this Excel sheet, considering row column A as main. With the help of this full line, full code, you're getting the last, I'm sorry, the address of the last cell where you have data. Now, for the first time, it was A1, then A2, then A3, and so on, as soon as the records getting added. Now, considering it is for the first time, of course, A1 was the this. Then what is, you're saying that, you're saying that if your address is A1, then empty row number should be 2. Why? Because now, if this is the last record, suppose these are, there are no records, so of course you want to add new record where, from where, of course from the next row. Okay, that's why you mentioned here empty row number 2. Now if it is, say for example, A2, this is the last record, already one record was added, then of course you want to add a next record from here. So what you are saying, you're saying that you're taking the value from this A1. Now of course automatically 1 was there here, so you're saying that 1, taking the value 1 from here, adding 2 to it to get the row number, and then you get the row number in this. So 1 plus 2, 3. So of course first record is added here, so next record should be added in third row, so you get 3. Then you're doing the same thing, you're saying that in this sheet, under this cell. Now okay, now if your cell name has A1, that means the address is A1, then of course this empty row is equal to, so this code will do what, this code, one by one, what I am doing, under this sheet, under cell this, so this is what, currently it is 2, so 2 comma 1 means in this cell, what should be the value of this cell, this cell value should be whatever the value is in employee code. Similarly, under this sheet, under cell this, so now emp2 comma 2 means under this cell, what should be the value, whatever the value you have in this field. Okay, so on. Of course, for option buttons, for the option buttons, this, these option buttons, what I have done, with, with the help of their name, I'm checking. Now if full time dot value means if this condition is true, then what I'm doing, I have created one variable and putting the value like text in that, like then this text should contain, sorry, this variable should contain full time. Else if part time dot value means if this condition is true, then emt text should be part time, and so on. Fine. And then the same thing, like for this sheet, under cell 2 comma 4, the value should be from here. Fine, and so on. And then we are saying that of course once the save button is clicked, then again I'm doing that same thing, that save button active equal to false, so that a record can be added once only. Fine. Then clearing all the fields, whatever we have text in these fields, clearing all those fields. Fine. And then, of course, if this condition is not true, this condition is not true, then showing this message. Okay. So now I think this clears to you. Now, if you see the save record of my previous video, in that we have this thing. With the help of this line, what you are getting the row number. This is all the one of the same thing. You're getting the you are fetching the last row number where you have the data, and then adding one to it to get the next row. Fine. You can check that in the link I have provided in description of my previous video. Now I hope this is clear to you how to add a record or values in a row of an Excel sheet using user form of Excel. I will say I will more preferably use this code, this code of add and this code of save, because it will be more accurate results giving. Fine. So I hope this clears to you. Or in my next video, we'll see how to search a record, how to update and delete a record. So if you like my video, please like and subscribe my channel. Take care. Goodbye.